Good evening, guys. Today we're gonna make a new video about the fishing lines, the monofilament or commonly known as nylon, the fluorocarbon, and the braided line. So let's talk about their advantages and disadvantages. Okay, let's start with the nylon, guys. Nylon is the mono, commonly known as nylon. Okay, this one. Okay, what are the advantages of nylon? Okay, of nylon is it's very cheap. You can find anywhere. You can buy at hardware or depot stores. You can easily buy that. And number two is the it holds better in tying a knot. It will not slip. That's number two. The second advantages of nylon. And number three is it has low memory. Okay, especially when you're using a bait caster, guys. And then you have a what do you call this one? A backlash. You can easily remove the backlash without too much effort. You can easily remove that, and you can recycle the line if you're gonna cut it. Okay. And number five is when you're using nylon in a big game fishing, and it has a stretch. Okay, the stretch and serve as a shock in pulling the fish, especially big game fishing like marlin, tuna, wahoo, in a trolling. That is the one of the advantages of using nylon. Okay, and nylon also is a buoyant. It floats, guys, in the water. It is best for using tap water lures, plugs, like that kind of lure, the tap water lures. The experts said that it is good for that kind of fishing. Okay, and let's also discuss their disadvantages. Okay, monofilament has a little there's some disadvantages also. Okay, one is less precision. Okay, to the other lines. Okay, number two, it won't last long because the nylon, they said that it absorbs water. Okay, it absorbs water, guys, and then that makes the line don't last longer. And number three, nylon is thicker than the other lines. It is thicker, and when you're spooling it into your reel, nylon tends to spool only a minimum, a little only lines in your spool. It depends also in diameter. Okay, and nylon is the what you call a weakest among the lines when you compare it to fluoro and braided in the same diameter. Okay. Okay, let's jump to the second one, the all-time favorite, fluorocarbon. Okay, this is my favorite fluorocarbon brand. It's a big big from Dowell company. Dowell. Okay. Dowell not sponsoring me, but this is my favorite fluorocarbon lines. Okay. Okay, let's talk about the advantages of fluorocarbon. Okay, first, fluorocarbon, when you use it in the water, it is extremely invisible. Okay, it's invisible, guys. So, in your chance of catching fish, especially in the clear water, will be higher than the nylon. Okay. I have an experience, guys, fishing with black drummers and black bream. That fish is very slick, guys. When you're fishing that kind of fish, when you're using a nylon, you cannot catch that fish. And not all the time, but I tried 2 times. I saw the fish down there, and then they're not biting. Okay, why? Because nylon, nylon is, what they call this one? It reflects light. Okay, that one of, the fish can see the nylon. Okay. Okay, let's back to the fluorocarbon. Okay. Number 2 advantages of fluorocarbon is it sink faster. So, fluorocarbon is ideal for bottom fishing, metal jig, like that, guys, and what they call this, jigging, like that kind of fishing, because it sink faster than the mono and the braided. Okay. Number 3 advantages of the fluorocarbon is that it is abrasion resistance. Okay. Abrasion resistance, guys. Okay. Number 4, less stretch. So it is precise because it has no stretch. You can feel the bite of the fish, even it a little bit slack. You can feel the fish biting there. Okay. And then the next is super sensitive siya na line. Okay, let's talk about the disadvantages of fluorocarbon lines. Okay, one is it is expensive. It's a little bit expensive than the nylon. And then number 2, high memory when tangle. When you're using this one in baitcaster and then it will backlash, the tendency is that you cannot recycle it because there is so many memory left in the line. So when you cut that one, throw away. It cannot be recycled like the nylon, guys, because lots of memory in the fluorocarbon. Okay. Okay, let's jump to the braided lines. Okay. Okay. Braided lines, the less strand is abrasion resistance. When it is higher from 4 above, it is most less abrasion resistance. But it is thinner when it's many strands. It is thinner and stronger. Okay, that's one of the advantages of the braided line. Number 1. And number 2 is that you can spool so many lines in your reel because of the thinner diameter. And the braided line number 3 advantages is that it has no memory. Okay, this is no memory. When you're casting, guys, it is bare light, and then you can cast farther than the other lines. Okay, braided lines is better used for what they call this in fishing in the heavy vegetation and dirty water, because you cannot use braided line without a leader line fishing in the salt water like that. You need to put a leader line so that it cannot be seen by the fish. Okay, but you can use a solid braided line when you're fishing in the dirty water like freshwater, murky rivers like that. And this is good for heavy vegetation area, guys, because when it is catch into the stuck into the what they call this plants in the heavy vegetation areas, you can pull it through, and it can easily cut the plant, because this is strong and it has no stretch. Okay, let's start with the braided line has a few disadvantages also. Okay, one, in terms of price, braided line is one of the most expensive line in the business. In fishing, using braided line is a little bit expensive. Okay, and braided line is not fit for bait caster. Why? Because when you're using braided line, especially the thinner diameter, when it backlash, guys, it's hard to be removed, and all you can do is to cut it and then splice it again, and you can use it. But the bird's nest backlash, you're gonna throw. And then number 3, less abrasion resistance. When you're using this in fishing in the rocky places, it's not advisable, guys, when you're fishing this kind of line, because when it touches the rocks, it easily be cut, and it's easily be caught in the what they call this one, in the to the rocks, because it is a fine fibers, not like the fluorocarbons and the nylon that has a coating, slide coating. That's why one of the reason of it can easily catch into the rocks. So I hope that this review can help you choosing a line, guys. These are my favorites. This is my fluorocarbon braided lines, and the cheapest one, the jack of all trades, the nylon or the monofilament. Hope you can learn something, guys, and see you next time. Tight lines, and God bless.